Use the same Google Docs for the whole week. And that way, it's easier to keep track of.
Okay, do you know how to look up? What?
Why is it like that?
Okay, it goes in.
It's just because the lighting in the back.
I did pick up the maps today. So.
Merry Christmas, guys. This is Christmas time at our place right now, right?
It's not Christmas
I
here.
did, and I saw the
Talking about it's Christmas.
and I did have, for those people that were absent from the test, I did place it.
It's Christmas.
in the classroom so that you can take that test.
It's cool.
You have to
The
name
video's
all of
quiet.
the individuals that are
I
up
can only
there.
comment.
Mount
Mount Rushmore.
Well, he's giving up a 10 piece for $1 deal.
What's funny is that some pictures were on.
South Dakota.
What?
Oh, yeah. After you did them, then I added them, and I'll be adding the rest. If you missed any of the bell work, you're still responsible for it. This weekend, or this afternoon, I will add some of those images, like this one, to the Google Classroom.
Can
He's not expecting
you like add like this document itself?
Can
Can you like
Why do you keep
add
adding
the
time out?
questions?
document and yeah, the whole thing?
I probably won't until the end of today,
How do I get
and
you?
that's
You can't
just because,
underneath.
I don't want students to use the photos to search for the items.
Okay.
Yeah, and, so that's why I waited until a couple days after, and then I added. So, but I will do that at the end, by the end of the day. Or after the end of
So
the
I
day.
can like do all the stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
Freaking stupid, Mason.
Who wants to turn it in?
Yeah, you should turn it in once you're done.
What do you mean by like, what is this?
Why is it important? Like, you pay so much money to get in there, I think it's like $10 a car or something like that.
There's not.
Um,
Like, look at this guy. No, you
Well,
don't,
the
because you put me in time out.
significance is kind of leading into the current events.
can't do
If you'll
that.
notice, I took the stories off the table.
I can't.
So
I'm
you
in
will
time
be working on
out.
current events.
Why do you put me in time out?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Oh, that means
Ten.
Yeah.
You guys get a new countdown.
Yeah.
My new name's
Yeah, my husband is actually.
Star Tyson, I think, right?
But, I hide
Star
it because
Tyson.
I don't
That's
want
what
people
it
to
is.
try and guess who that other person, like, they'll think
I just trying
it's
to
that
hide.
person.
No, how long am I in time out?
30 seconds.
Yeah, actually. Yeah.
Dude.
Where was he at?
We were at Mount Rushmore.
Where was he at?
Jesus.
Put me in time now.
I can't. You're the owner of the channel.
I just froze it.
Block.
Oh, yeah. Right.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we went to Mount Rushmore, and so I was taking his picture with,
Guys get blocked.
I'm
the
trying to call
sculpture behind it, but I don't want to confuse
Big blocker.
people, so I take him out of it.
him.
I just don't want to change the photo. Like, I want to keep it with him.
See, you're the owner of the channel.
You want the memorial balloons?
Yeah, it's actually like a short
You want
hike
me to-
around that
that's
whole area.
I mean, no choice.
No, it was actually another thing.
Damn, dude, I'm just kidding.
Yeah,
He might have
you
left
can
me no
see it, like I
choice.
have images of it from the car, and some of the images from the car, I think were better than getting it up this close.
No, it'll take over 1,000 years to get out of space.
Except that we're already having to repair them,
Might.
like they are
Put me in
falling
Canada.
apart.
Oh, funny, but that's different.
The cracks,
hate
like,
you.
water gets in there, then it
hate it
freezes,
now.
and it expands the rock. And almost, pieces want to kind of chip away at
Feel
it,
tight,
so they're constantly up there. There's actually a room behind one of those.
Still in timeout. I'm still in timeout.
That's what I was gonna say, like, I think in
No,
his
don't
eyes
say
and
that.
stuff like that, there's like a little room back in there.
How did they make this image?
dynamite and hand chiseling. When you go on a hike around it, you see the rocks with all the
Wouldn't
little
that
marks on
freaking
it.
typing?
and glass.
A lot of work.
Got you.
Don't say that.
That was. I don't think they really
You can't.
have any, it's like
You're gonna-
crazy horse. We went to crazy horse too, and,
Maybe I'll do it now.
it's not done. They're still, like, you can see them
Look, Kyle,
working
look at
on
the
it
camera.
while you're there, but it's taken so long. I think I might have been in high school when everything started. Mhm.
Big boy brain.
Okay, try to cut down. No,
Yeah, and the little one, like, we're standing next to
Dude,
it.
look at the camera. Look at the camera.
no, stop.
Okay, so it started in 1948.
I won't even.
Yeah, and hold on and I'll show you. Yeah, that's it there. So when you go there, it still looks like this. This is the original that they're looking at to try and do Crazy Horse. The weird thing is the guy that did this, he said, let's show honor to the Native Americans just like we did at Mount Rushmore. And they're really close together. So he said he wants to honor Native Americans, their culture and their belief, and then he also chose a sacred site to build it on. Mount Rushmore is on the sacred Native American Sioux site. So the Sioux thought it was sacred, so they built Mount Rushmore on it and ignored the Sioux, and now this guy says, hey, we should honor the Sioux, let's build something on their sacred site.
I'm out of here.
Not doing good.
What was the one that went?
Yeah, wonder where Earth would go if there was a site that needed, I have it right now. And then come back to house you.
No, don't tell me.
If people weren't on it, it would be.
Let's stay in my channel.
It would be like going to the jungles and stuff. Have to make up some of those things.
But when you think about it, nothing is really about
When
So when you think about it, nothing is really about
there's a
jump
video out there on the
You
internet
should
that
rest
it
a bit.
shows you how quickly cities and civilization crumbles. And 50 years, it will look like this. Have you ever seen the streets of Detroit recent photos? They had all that bad stuff happen, people just left. I mean, they literally just packed up their things and they drove away, and the houses and neighborhoods were left standing. It looks like something from 1912, but it's only been a few years. And some of the buildings have already collapsed. It did not take long. Like if you live in Missouri, because it's so damp here, if you do not have someone living in your house, and just having air move around, having a furnace on to help dry the house and stuff like that in the winter, mold and mildew starts growing within a few weeks, and it gets into the house and you can hardly stop it. Like if you don't have dehumidifiers and things going on in your basement, that's where that smell comes from, is because of the mold and mildew that starts to grow. Yeah, the earth would take it over and we wouldn't recognize it. Look at some of the houses that we have in St. Joe, and maybe the people aren't able to take care of them the way other houses have been taken care of, and it would not take long for those to crumble, like to fall. It was supposed to be frozen, it keeps doing this on me, and then I don't set it. Like I get freeze. You know I answer that to a whole class. I've said it twice now. So at the end of the day, honey, at the end of the day, I will be adding that whole document into the classroom. Right now, Monday and Tuesdays is already in there. Like there are 2 images, you have to look them up. I'll be sending it back. Yes. Yes, as soon as you finish with it, you can get that stuff turned in. Yes. I know. But I will say this, like I have a co-teacher in one of my classes and I gave instructions like that, and as soon as I finished, he repeated what I said, and he said they should know this too, and I was like, and everybody looked at me, and I was like, don't even let him know what he said. Yeah.
You said wear this place twice.
What is this place?
What is?
Yeah, so it says, what is this place and what is that place?
I have both.
But what is it? It's a memorial, yeah, so it's a national memorial. What is its significance? That's the significance of the people that are depicted. And then who is depicted? And then where is this place? It's a national memorial. Yeah. I can't tell you, but I can tell you. I mean, I know it, but I can't tell the answers.
I didn't know it now, but
I do.
I know the first.
What is
I know.
Squirrel.
I just read about it.
That's all right, that's all right. Okay, so time is up for this. And just because, these are buildings, modern buildings from Detroit. This is a school, right?
Wow.
So these are modern, but you can see how quickly. This one's probably what, 1800s? This one is more recent. And yet, this is the way that many of the streets in Detroit look now. And it's a difference in the way that we build and what we do with it. Pardon? Yeah, and keep in mind, yeah, these are places where people are gonna crash, like when they don't have a place to live. And the main way that you can tell is look at all the graffiti. People are still going in there, like they're using it to make a mark. Yeah, it's a church, because you can see the stained glass windows, the asp. But what's the difference? That's a fort from the 1400s. And this is at Fort Wadsworth in Staten Island. So this place is from the 1400s and it's still standing because of the way that they built it. We actually broke in there. Yeah, we did. Because we were told that we were not to go there as trainees. And so we put on our camis and we camouflaged our faces. And we wanted to see what it was like in there, and so we snuck in. There was about 6 of us, and the MPs came along, and we were in the brush that's close to it, and they came out. It was late at night. They shined the lights out, and they told us that they knew exactly where we were. We might as well just come forward. But like the guy was standing probably this far from my hand, because we were camouflaged and we were all just like laying flat on the ground, and my head was turned and I could see his foot right next to me, and he was standing there and he was shining the light out in front of us. They were standing right in the midst of us. They didn't know where we were, and we didn't breathe. Like we just laid there and didn't twitch or anything and waited, and then they said they probably went ahead, so let's just head back. And then they got in the car and we still waited. We waited just in case, because we didn't know if we heard everybody get back to the car. And then we went up there. We sat in the little house here, which was all rusted. Well, it wasn't really a log. It was more of, well, our commanding officer told us not to, so we were breaking a command, like we were disobeying a command. So we could have gotten in, like we could have gotten in Article 14 for it. Pretty cool, but, well, it wasn't, but I'll tell you what, it was awesome to be in that place because you could still see in the Spanish fort, where they had the cannons. They had attached them, and they had these big, like, metal places where you could take the cannon and swing them out and swing them back. Yeah, because they used to defend this area, the coast, from other countries. And so they would have cannons set up at each one of these. Every single one. Yeah, and so 3 layers. And on the other side, it's basically a cliff, which is where that building is, and it's so high. And so when the ships would come close enough, they'd fire on them. But they had it in that kind of a design so that you would have a place to guard here and over here. And the steps were here, here, and there.
But you didn't have cannons on your side, it was just straight cliff?
No, they would have had cannons on the ships, right? Because this was way back, with the Armada and all that. So they would have had cannons on the ships, and the ships would have been firing on them. But you could see the Verrazano Bridge. So, the Verrazano Bridge, like, is right there. It's really a
Wait, do
bridge.
people enforce on
You can go on the island, but they won't let you in there. Like, you can't go in.
Rule breaker.
Well, no, because it was a command. So I disregarded a command and I could have gotten that.
But if you are a regular civilian,
You know, if you were a regular civilian, then you'd be breaking the law. I was in the military and I was on my post. And that way I'm covered by the military laws. They would have gotten for breaking the command. Because we were commanded, don't go there. And I was 18, I was curious. Like, I wanted to go, so I did.
Did you ever get caught?
Oh, no, that's what I'm saying. They knew we were there. But while we were laying on the ground, we had camo on, we, put the paint on our face and everything, and hands. So when we were laying on the ground, we just looked like ground. And that guy's foot was right here. It was right next to me.
Were you scared?
No, it was more kind of exciting. I was like, dude, they can't even see us. Like, you had to keep it inside because you couldn't move into it. Hello? Shouldn't have told us that, right? Shouldn't have even mentioned it.
Mom would do that.
It was hard not to because I loved it. And the Verrazano Bridge, what is that movie, Saturday Night Fever?
Don't do it. Don't.
Right? Yeah, when they go to the Verrazano Bridge, that's the bridge. So, lots of people go to that's from there, and I forget how many people are in the bridge. In the bridge. Because when they make the foundations for these huge, massive bridges, they have to, like, make those foundations with a really quick set concrete. So you pour that concrete in, and it's set. Like, you can't undo it. And so when workers would fall in, they just left them in there. Almost every major bridge has people in it. The Great Wall of China, several.
Well, yeah, there's some works.
Yeah. In Canada, the really calm country, there's about 115 to 25 individuals inside of a wall that were taken by the Canadians. They were US citizens, and they were not dug up until the 80s. And then Canada says, oh, by the way, when we were renovating, we found the bodies of the people you didn't know we had. Yeah. And then they came out and they said, oh, it's not a big deal though, because it was so long ago, it doesn't count. It counted. Yes, sir.
So apparently the whole state of Michigan is declining.
Is what?
Is declining.
Okay, they were talking again, so that
It's declining, the state of Michigan
Oh,
is
yeah.
declining.
yeah, because of the cars and all that, all of the Detroit manufacturing has gone under, and it's directly affected the city, and that's why there's so much decline. people are leaving because they can't get a job. And so they go wherever they have family and they have all of that abandoned building. That's pretty sad. Okay, current events. Notice 2 current event articles due today, but not for you guys because you're not honors.
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah, honors classes have to do 2 of these today. They're taking it home as homework. You guys only have to do the first one. And this is the deal. You may not submit articles related to sports, entertainment, etc. It has to be about politics, the government, something that will historically change the United States. However,